part 2.
Take 2.
Or the blooper part. So we're gonna try this again.
No, it ain't no blooper.
We gonna try it again.
We gonna do this. We gonna do this. We don't try. We do.
Okay. Well, we gonna do this
now.
again.
Okay. All right. Now let's do it.
So I had to get my words together.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Let's go.
What Cynthia is? Cynthia is the moon of goddess. The name Cynthia is primarily a female name of Greek origin that means from the Kenthos. Cynthia's personality. When people hear the name Cynthia, they perceive you as someone who is mysterious, very mysterious. Independent, very independent, and respectable, very respectable.
Praise God.
Others see you as an intellectual and an aristocrat. Being well dressed, you very dressed because your colors match everything. Yes.
You taught your husband well then.
Yeah, because he's man.
Yeah, you know
everything got to match. Everything. He got to have the watch, the pinky ring, the teeth, and his socks and drawers and t-shirt. Everything got to match.
The only thing he's missing is the bow tie I used to make.
He did. We talked about that last night. He said you used to cut their names in the back of their head.
Yeah, and I made him bow ties to go with all his fits that I made.
Yes. That's funny. Increases your confidence. You have very good confidence.
Thank you.
And dignity. People see you as being analytical, which that is. People got to try to figure you out. They trying to see, if you're going to do this, how she going to do this. But you always seem to come on top with that one.
God got it.
With keen observation, very observation.
Yes.
So to me, my version of Cynthia is more laid back. She's a more laid back person. She's the one that will talk things out. She's the one who will turn the other cheek. That's this Cynthia. But Cindy, on the other hand, too, because you're a Gemini, so Gemini
I don't do
have
signs. And when I was doing the signs, they said I was a Cancer. And I said, oh Lord, because I done had the crabs before. But the Cancer part ain't gonna fester in me because I'm a forgiving person.
Well, see, that's why Geminis have two. You got two different personalities. But so Cynthia is the good one.
But I'm not a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
I ain't even a Cancer. I'm just okay. I'm just Cynthia.
So Cindy is the one that will go. Cindy will go there. Cindy the one that will be the one, if you come for her, she's definitely going to, if you send for her, she coming. She's all of these in one. But most importantly, she always been her. The one with the big personality with a little goofy on the side. She always told it how it was. Not everyone can handle how she is, but she keeps pushing forward no matter what.
Amen. I like that.
That's definitely how you is. Even now. Yeah, okay, Cynthia go on her way. Cynthia help anybody. Like you said earlier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You help somebody, they helped you. They paid for your gas and that type of stuff. So that's good. That shows that you do help people. But
they didn't even know me. Yeah,
right. Some people ain't got to know.
Wanted to hit on me. But he said the right thing. He asked me, was I married?
Well,
and I like that because he don't. Evidently, he got morals. He don't mess with married women. So
that's very good because a lot of people don't care if you're married or not. They still have their ways of doing things, but that's not that. But Cindy is let me tell you about my way of knowing Cindy for over 20-some years. That's none of the funny Cindy. Ooh, that's the funny Cindy.
Tell it.
Let me see, where can I start? When me and Raekwon was talking about that last night, like out of every holiday, whether it was the 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, stuff had every color weave it was. For 4th of July, she had red, white, and blue braids going this way, that way, whatever way.
Yeah, I did remember I did the bicentennial flag in her hair back then. I had the red and white stripes, and then I had the blue little patch with the little white stars in her hair.
Yeah. That was good. They brought it out. They been brought that stuff back out, but not like how it was back then.
Yeah.
Cause you did the thing with them. What else have Cindy done? It was one time my baby was. Raekwon was every bit of, I think, 3 months. And we was at Kim them house when they stayed around the corner from us. Tommy had him in his arm and he was eating some grapes and he chewed them grapes up. Cindy seen everything. So he was chewing them grapes, getting ready to take them grapes out of his mouth and put it in Raekwon's mouth. And Cindy was like, the fuck does you put... My bad for cussing. Leave that out. She was like, don't put them grapes in my nephew's mouth. Your mouth is dirty. He was like, but this is my grandson. She was like, not by blood. That's my blood. You gonna do that. You gonna mess his stomach up. So Cindy would say anything. It didn't matter. If she seen it, if it came up, she was saying it. Cindy also will fight you. She will fight you no matter what. She used to fight you, but now...
Did I lose?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You gotta make it clear now.
No, okay. So you want me to tell you how you used to fight people?
Tell it.
Okay,
tell it all. Because everybody ain't telling it.
Ooh. We had a fight with... It was, for some reason, my husband and Romeo and them used to fight these just particular same people every year.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I was pregnant at the time with Raekwon, and she was fighting. They was fighting with the people that stayed a couple houses down from us. And, was it a huge, just neighborhood fight? So, out of the blue, everybody coming out of nowhere. Cindy come with a trunk full of stuff. But the funniest part of this fight was, Miss Yula was even there when this fight happened. So, Tommy had a little pocket knife, and her sister had this little gun or whatever. So Miss Yula was like, what y'all bring this for? Y'all gonna end up getting us killed, because Tommy was like, but I'm gonna stab somebody. She was like, you're not gonna stab nobody with that little bitty pocket knife. And then her sister was like, well, we're gonna shoot somebody. She was like, shoot. What you gonna do? Hurt? You can't hurt him because the gun ain't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't that big to even shoot nobody. So Cindy was like, man, when she came with the real stuff, everything changed, because now they knew, okay, we got to bag away because Cindy ain't playing. Cindy on, you know what I'm saying, on her gangster stuff is how I call it. So she had everybody scared back then. Like, all you had to do is out finna call Cindy. You call Cindy, everybody knew not to play no games because Cindy didn't play. Now
you know what? That one time, that gun that they had disrespected my mother. And Mama, she like, don't do that. She said something. I said, give me that gun, Mama. Give me that gun. She said, baby, something ain't right about this gun, this little video gun. And it was so funny because I was like, no, there go his sister. I'm going to have to blow her face off too.
Right.
And I said, because he disrespected my mother. And I didn't play that. And so as we get back around the corner, because I was like, when she said something wasn't right about the gun, we get around the corner, the gun required battery. So they done got a gun. Yeah. That's why she said they ain't gonna mess around and get somebody killed. Yeah. But yeah, back then I was what I was, and I thank God that He changed me, because even Bucky now, the last time when they seen me, him and I forgot the other young man, but when I see him, I know Bucky just passed. Yeah. But they was like, oh, we remember when y'all used to walk down the streets with long leather trench coats on.
And every time that coat, though, you always had something in that coat. It was never not a dull moment.
I know,
and
right?
And you didn't have nothing in them coats.
And then I had my mom, because my mother had a stick that hurt before. I said, give me that stick. They gave her. I said, get one of these up in here. And she really got it. She got, I think she wanted the start of. I had access because I don't know how come how my friend ended up with all them, but I just didn't play back then for some reason. Yeah, it was a piece of it was because back then it was different than it is now.
Totally different than it
Yeah,
is
you
now.
can easily spook somebody,
Yeah.
But
But now you don't even have to do all that. You ain't got to scare people with that stuff no more.
No, my reputation.
Now
they still spook.
Yeah.
Hell no,
No.
But
man, that was some stuff.
Yeah, it was because that's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Everybody gotta have a testimony.
Let me tell you the reason why it is real, because when I had them, I didn't play with them.
No.
I will do something.
You definitely used them.
I didn't play. I really didn't play, and I just thank God that he saved me. He saved me. He saved me because I had so much. A lot of people don't. That's the reason why it's important that I'm telling my story and stuff, because a lot of people don't know all the stuff that I had built up inside of me, where I was trigger happy.
Yeah.
I was trigger happy, and and just speaking on this, it's just I'm glad that you came forth too, because I got a couple other people. I got a sister that used to live with me. She got her own testimony. You may have your own testimony too, and it's just a lot of times people don't expect for you to. They won't believe you, but they'll believe it if they heard it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And not only that, my doctor told me that I had this disease, this sickness called dysthemia, and he said, you got a lot of dirty laundry you need to air out. And I'm looking at him like, man, I ain't finna write no book. He said, you need to write a book. Yeah. I said, impossible. Because I have done impact so many different people's lives in different ways. So the people have to come forth to tell the story.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if I may have offended somebody, like if I ever offended you, please forgive me.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this openly because everybody can see this. Because I had to go through every last one of my family members and tell them, forgive me. Because I wasn't a good role model. Even though I was the stuff.
You was the stuff.
I taught them a lot of stuff that was bad, but they use it for their good now. Yeah. However, they were like, you ain't do nothing wrong. You ain't do nothing wrong. It's like it was a learning experience for them. However, if I could do it different, would I have changed anything? I don't think I would.
I don't think you should change anything. Because if you changed anything, then you wouldn't be who you are. So why change? You know what I'm saying? For me, I feel like if people gonna accept me, then accept me for who I am. I'm not gonna change anything.
Yeah.
The older that I get, am I gonna grow and do things different? Yeah. Have I ever been perfect? I wasn't. Have I done things that I probably shouldn't have done? I've done a lot of things, but that's not, what I'm saying, I changed from, anybody can change.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I don't understand sometimes why people don't like change.
Yeah.
Change can be for the good or change can be for the bad.
Yes.
For me, change is always good.
Yes, Lord.
I'm still growing. I'm not going to stop growing.
That's why you with me.
It took me to move around, you know what I'm saying? Like, God really had to sit me down and kind of show me some stuff. I don't always see red signs right away, but
you have to ask too.
He started showing me some things, so I had to I got to move differently now. I can't move the same way. If you for me, you for me. If you ain't, you ain't. If I'm for you, I'm for you. If I ain't. And then I just leave it at that. So now I'm working on me, because I gotta get me together. I can't worry about nobody else and work on nobody else. The difference between us now, like you said, If I ever did anything to you to make you feel some type of way or look at me different, I apologize to you as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Cause I did.
You have.
Look, nah, you good.
Not really.
You know me. I overlook stuff. I'm so mature. I'm so mature that when people do me any kind of way, I just love the hell out of them. Ain't that something when you can love the hell out of somebody in spite of how they treat you?
True.
Because I ain't going to hell for nobody.
Me neither.
And without have changed anything that I ever been through. And when I was just in it, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't take nothing from my journey. I wouldn't take nothing from anything that I have learned, have taught them that was good. Because even coming up watching my dad and mom, even though the relationships wasn't always the way it's supposed to, because if my dad was only in my life for like a good 6 years, concrete, I took that experience because of my experience to have my children by the same man. So, and then I was married to him like he was married to my mother first.
Yeah.
You know, so all bad things ain't just bad. God takes the bad and turn around and make it for your good. You know, and because a man born of a woman is full of trouble. You know, so... And my mother wanted a boy so bad that I started acting like one for a while. However, because you know that story too.
Yeah.
It was a lot. Then I got with Queen, all kinds of stuff, you know. So my life is a open book right now, and I don't mind telling nobody where God brought me from, because He said if I be ashamed of where He brought me from, then He gonna be ashamed of me before His Father.
True.
So I have to always be mindful that God is watching me. He watching me. I really don't care about what they see no more.
No.
I care about what God see now. So I just love the fact that you came to come tell. So you tell them some more stuff about me. I don't care. She telling the truth, y'all.
What else do I remember that you did? Was it, you want the good? I mean,
yeah, whatever, because you done been there in the long.
I did. I've been through a lot. What else have I
You been through a lot with me?
Yeah.
I took you through some stuff.
No, you ain't taking me through no stuff. It's just, you know, stuff that I seen.
Oh, okay.
Seen. Especially y'all house parties. Ooh, we
turned up.
Them parties was none. I think I've been to like maybe one or two, but just hearing the parties is like, oh my God.
Just hearing about them.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody and their mama was at these parties.
Yeah.
And it was only in your basement, but that basement was filled.
Yeah. So
I seen Romel little, DJ stand right there in the corner. And all them kids, whether it was high school kids, middle school kids, everybody. But y'all never had a party for the little kids.
No.
Little kids never had a party.
Because the kids, my children was they didn't have no little kids.
They didn't have no little kids.
They didn't have no kids. My kids
they wasn't.
Kids.
They was.
My children was like.
Oh, Raekwon was finna be the first only little kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the children was already, they were my children. And the reason why I was having the parties because I didn't let them go out into the world.
Okay.
I brought the world into my home.
Yeah.
And then never was a fight. No. Never was nothing. No. And they went to church on Sunday.
They did. All the ones that stayed all night did. They had no choice.
Yeah, okay. And the killer part about it, we separate the girls from the boys.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they go to sleep, they think I'll be asleep. I will put these little devices that my mother gave me when they open up the door thinking they going into the other room and say, I'll be like, get back in that room. Yeah. And I know they remember that.
Man.
But somebody was just talking about, I think it was Romel talking about how the parties was, how the walls was sweating.
Oh yeah. Where was we at? I think we was in St. Louis.
Yeah, they're talking about
about that.
Yeah.
Because Raekwon even thought he wanted to, be a DJ. Like, Daddy, tell me everything. He was like, no, you don't want nothing about these parties.
Our parties was off the chain.
Them parties was off the chain.
They was off the chain.
I was kind of jealous a little bit, though.
Why?
Because I ain't never go. I couldn't go. I was pregnant. So I didn't want to be
Yeah, but you know why they were so nice? Because it was an out for the children.
Yeah.
The middle school children, and it was an out for the high. The high school came and joined with us. You know.
Some of them kids y'all don't even know.
I know.
They were just. Everybody just said, "Oh, it's a party at Cindy house," and everybody and their mama was at them parties.
Yeah, and but the parents they had appreciated them parties.
They did. So they kids had somewhere to go.
Yeah, and they had fun, and it was clean fun.
But they didn't have house parties like that no more. Nowadays, house parties is totally different. But to actually have a really good house party and
no alcohol, no drugs, no drama, because I was going to bring some drama to my house. But if you want to,
you ain't gonna leave the same way you came.
Hello.
All right now. You was a comedian too.
What did I do, girl?
You could rib the mess out of somebody. Oh my God, you could rib the mess out of somebody.
Yeah.
It'd be true, but it'd be funny.
That's the right.
And it's always you be like, what you laughing for? Because it's funny, but you telling the truth.
Yeah, the truth set me free.
Because man, your husband, oh my God, your husband, now them was funny days. We used to hear you talk about him like it was nothing. It was like, what old man, want to walk around with some braids in their hair. He was offended, a little bit offended, but he was like, I want my hair braided. You was like, no, you too old for them braids. And you like, he still would be mad, but then he was like, come on, so I can braid your hair. And he still ended up winning braiding his hair. And Raekwon said that last night. He was like, he was funny, man. He was like, he thought he was a pimp. Mm-hmm. He was like, so we was at somebody's house. And matter of fact, I think it was in St. Louis again. And Raekwon was like, Mom. He was like, it was so funny. Cindy slapped him so hard. I was like, what she slapped him for? He was like, cuz she was saying something. He was saying something, and Cindy was like, you ain't important. They don't know you like that. And then he said something, and you slapped him so hard. Lord. I was like, ooh.
I probably did, because I used to be from that tribe, too. In a heartbeat. Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be your warning.
Yeah. I'll tell you about it the first time. And you keep on, then, yeah.
Yeah, but I I came a long way.
Yeah.
And it's something, because you've been bringing up stuff that I other people didn't even bring up. And, see, that's the reason why it's important to bring different people about, because they don't know. They don't know. You know.
It was always funny. It was always funny. You and Tusi used to have the funniest fights ever. And you talked about her like it wasn't nothing. I remember one time I think you went and fought somebody. Hit the girl with an ashtray and told her dude not to move, because if he moved, you was going to hit him too. And he just sat there and didn't even move. Like, how you beat somebody with an ashtray?
It was easy back then.
Look. Yeah, it was. Because all we had to do was say, I'm finna cross city. It was always, man, that's okay. I ain't even got to argue with no female. I ain't got to do nothing now. My auntie. And you would come running. You definitely would come running.
Yeah, and it was something, because back then, family was was everything to me. Everything. Yeah. And I didn't want nobody to hurt my family.
No.
And it's still the same way today. It's just everybody done matured, and we're not even focusing on the physical fight.
No.
But the mental fight is going on right now. But spiritually, I'm so grown up that the mental ain't even doing nothing to me. Because mentally, people want to emotionally hurt you.
Yeah.
However, when you got Jesus, you don't have to worry about the mental fight, because the battle ain't on our minds anyway. It's the Lord. He won it already. I just sit back and let him just do what he do, how he do what he do.
I think that's with all of us. Like,
yeah.
We all got our own issues that we struggle with. Mm-hmm. Everybody different. Ain't nobody the same. Your struggle different than mine's from yours. But things have changed, not for the worse, but for the better.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why, but It brought us closer together for the last month or a couple months. We've been talking. You text me something that you never done before. So you text me, you call me. We can sit on the phone and laugh for hours about just stuff that
laughing.
we ain't never did before, but we laugh. And it's nothing negative. It's not about nobody negative, no nothing. It's just all fun.
Yes, because that's what we need. Laughter is good for us, you know. It's good for our soul, just like with the comedy shows and stuff. And the thing about it is, sometimes we can be in situations where we get pulled away from each other, and that's where the segregation, the lack come from, and the love, disunity come from, the discord. Because one thing about it is, if I never spoke to you, or if I never sat down and talked to you, you'll never know how I really am. But you just seen me in the world when I was in the world, and it was still all good.
It was,
you know,
it was
because
funny,
you
but
called me too if you needed me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just, but then as I got more spiritually equipped, you know, it's just the devil he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus comes so you can have life and have it more abundantly. Yeah. So what happened is, because I am who I am, a lot of times I figured that I was going to say I lost a lot of friends, but I don't mind losing to gain, because the one thing about it is, if you're gone, you wasn't really my friend anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because people should be able to embrace and respect and love the person, because I ain't never changed. I'm still who I was. I'm just a lot bolder than what I used to be. And all of the elements that, because I gave a lot. I gave a lot. And,
you don't fight with your fists and stuff. No,
yeah, I don't do that.
With your words.
Yeah, I fight with my words. And then the way I fight with my words, even if I'm saying it passively aggressive, it's
still funny though.
Yeah, but
it's still funny, even though it's passive and aggressive. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's not like when you saying it passive and aggressive that is mean. It's not mean. It's funny.
It has meaning too.
It does have meaning, but it's real funny.
And then it'll make somebody upset too if they don't understand. Yeah. It's just like my ex-husband. I used to say something to him, and he'd be like, what you say about my mama? You know, I'm like, well, I didn't say nothing about your mama. I said this, that. Yeah. And he didn't understand it because it came from me. A lot of times people don't want nothing to come from you, you know, the real to come from you. And that's what throw them all off the boat. But if they don't know how to walk on water, something wrong with them. Yeah. You know, because faith without works is dead. He ain't the only person that did that. You know, a lot of people don't misunderstand me. A lot of people, because they're not me. You know, and I can't help the fact that I'm cut the way I'm cut. I got my mother and my daddy blood in me. My mom was clever. My dad was clever. You know, so quite naturally, I'm gonna be clever.
Oh, she was. She was clever.
My God.
Clever and funny all at the same time.
So where I get it from?
Yo, yeah, definitely. Miss Julie, it was never a dull moment with her.
And we just
everything. And when he's saying this stuff, he was like, boy, more and more you get older, you sure do look like Ella May. I mean, Eula May. Like, yes, you do.
And she was Eula Pearl.
Right.
But they always call her Eula.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, those were good days. Those were the good days.
Yeah, my mama was something special.
She was funny.
And she was
the funniest lady I ever. Some of the stuff she said to me, it was just too funny because nobody had never ever said the things that that she said. And when she said it, you knew she was serious, but it was funny. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying. When she said it was never to hurt your feelings or nothing, but it was just really funny.
Yeah, because only the truth for her.
Right, because when I first got pregnant with Raekwon, Romel was so scared to tell Miss Eula that I was pregnant because he didn't know what she was going to say. Mm-hmm. So he was like, can you tell her? I'm like, why I got to tell her? Like, that's your grandma. You know what I'm saying? You tell your grandma. Because it was funny. Like, even when we first dated, Kim was like, when you going to give me some grandkids? I'm like, grandkids. Like, I ain't trying to have no kids or whatever, but she just really wanted her a grandkid.
Yeah.
So I had my sister had my nephew, and she helped my mama with him. She was like, well, we could share until you have one of your own. So when I finally did have a grandkid, oh my gosh, she was just the happiest thing.
Yeah.
But he was so adamant about not telling Miss Yula because he just felt like if she knew that I was pregnant, that it was gonna hurt her feelings. So I called her, and it was so funny when I called her. I said, "Hey, Miss Yula," and she had already knew though.
Yeah.
So that's the part. So when I
she
called
always
her,
she dreaming of fish.
yes, she did. So she was like, come on, well, what is it? So I said, well, I got something to tell you. I don't know how to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. You know what? And she was like, what is? I said, well, I'm pregnant. She was like, what? You done went and got your little butt pregnant or whatever. And I was like, yeah. She was like, I was like, but I gotta tell you because he's scared to tell you. She was like, I don't know why his big ass scared to tell me. He tell me everything else. He could have told me that. She was like, well, I ain't gotta take care of it. He gotta take care of it. So she was like, well, put him on the phone. So they talked about it or whatever, and he felt better. But I was just it was funny. And then, so throughout the pregnancy, she was there and everything. So we did some stuff. And when we did some stuff, I had to go to the hospital, and I really thought. Wow. Wow.
We gonna have to do some little bleeping and stuff. And so if you hear some bleep bleep, that's because we say some stuff that's gonna have to be
well, y'all gotta excuse me. My mouth is a little,
Yeah, I'm working
a little.
I'm getting it together.
A little potty. So
I'm getting it together. I'm gonna do some bleeping. I'm telling y'all this. When y'all see the bleep, y'all know what she said. So, yeah. But yeah,
she was real funny.
Yeah, my mother was. She was. Had a real big sense of humor.
She did.
Oh my God, she really did. And that's.
You kind of get some of that from her too, because you go to people's funerals, you don't even know.
Yeah, I don't.
Miss Julie used to she'll go in a newspaper and see who funeral is that day, and she'll get dressed to go to that funeral to pay the respects of people she ain't never knew. And you do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't go in the newspaper.
And she didn't care if she had holes in her stockings or not. She still was going. She was like, oh well, they don't know me. I was like,
look,
wow.
The thing about it is, she that's where I get the singing at funerals from. You know, because my mother did a lot of singing at funerals. As a matter of fact, she showed up at my dad's funeral. I don't know who she came through, but she didn't stay there. But I knew she was there. Because when I had broke down, I heard her coming through somebody saying something, and she said, "You better finish singing that song." And that's what my mother used to do at funerals. She'll start singing, and something else that she sing through me at certain funerals.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and they be like, "Did y'all hear Eula? Did y'all hear Eula?" I was like, "Yeah, I felt her." You know.
Yeah.
So and God is so good that I don't even know if he took them on the same day, but he practically put them back together, didn't he? No, because she was on the 27th of December. My dad was on the 28th of December. And
yeah, might as well. He brought them back together.
Yeah, and it's a blessing. And this is like
they all up there together.
Yeah, it's like my brother, my sister. I'm the only surviving daughter left of my mother's children, and we just was at the grave site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and my dad, I put my dad's because they took up the thing that I had on it. They normally clear it out in around the winter time, because I had some flowers on there. One represent Kim, one represent me, and one represent my mother. the colors. It wasn't just one. It was more than one in a vase. It's the orange, the yellow, and the purple in the vase.
Who color is yellow? Yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
How you get?
I never knew yellow was your favorite color.
Oh, come on now. That's my highlight.
Red sunshine.
That's my highlight color. Why you think Romel be doing the yellow and the orange balloons?
I never knew that. I thought he just was,
no,
doing yellow.
He know I love yellow. Yellow, yeah, is my highlight color. So, yeah, and I'm just grateful today. I'm so grateful. I'm in a lot of pain, but I'm grateful. You never know. Nobody never knows. I beat myself
we don't walk
up.
To the stove and all kinds.
I beat myself up in a lot, even going through the, my walk. I beat myself up. I took a lot of abuse too, but I also gave a lot. And most of the people that did abuse me, they got it back double fold.
They did.
And because I was in domestic violence relationships too, because I used to watch it and I thought it was okay, because sometimes, once I started telling the story, because I haven't even started telling the whole story, but since my grandmother and my dad and my mama gone, I'm finna tell it all. Y'all finna tell it all. I ain't finna tell it. I got envelopes and everything where I can just put it on out there. Because one, you gonna ask for forgiveness. You ain't gotta ask me for it, but you better ask God for it. Because I've already done told you forgive me plenty of times. Not just you, but you and you too. So don't sit up in here in so much pain, but but I'm gonna get past this. But anything else you like to add?
Well, I'm glad I got a chance to do this because I ain't never been on TV and they, they got a chance to do none of that. But I can honestly say I thank God for a lot of things. But I'm glad that He bringing us together in a different way. It's not, bringing us together in the wrong way, but He bringing us together in a good way.
There's no and, if, or but about it, unless we say and God, if God, and but God, because God is the reason why He allows stuff to happen just so we can have times like this. You know, He allow the separation because He bring the wheat and the tare up together, then He separate. And it was, but one thing about it, if people didn't have disputes and stuff, sometimes somebody kissing somebody's behind,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the one thing, you just don't stay in the dispute.
Yeah.
You don't keep the strife, the malice, and all of that going, and because somebody got to be the bigger person. Somebody got to be the bigger person, and I choose to be the bigger person. And I am going to.
Well, that's why I said Cynthia always is the big. Cynthia is the bigger person. Cindy is the tit for tat type person, but Cynthia is the bigger person.
Cindy was never a tit for tat type of person. Cindy just got it how she got it, and you was gonna get it how she was gonna give it to you.
Cindy was gonna give it to you.
The one thing I never did was tit for tat. I didn't. Sometimes I let stuff go. A lot of times I let stuff go. Even before I became saved, I let a lot of stuff go. Like my children, it's a lot of people that haven't even asked my children for forgiveness. And I'm going to talk about that too coming up because I know about all the stuff that happened when I went to jail. How the kids, y'all had your kids jumping on my kids, stuff. All that, I'm telling you everything. Everything. Because that affected my children because my children love you. And one thing my daughter don't really know a whole lot because she was the baby. But I'm going to tell all of it, I have to, because he who the Son is made free is absolutely free indeed. And with me saying that is I'm going to free you. Because if you don't want to free yourself, I'm going to have to help you do something. And they ain't going to be looking at you like that. Like, for real? Yeah, for real, for real. I ain't never lied to nobody about nothing. Never lied to nobody about nothing. Lying ain't something that I wear on my sleeve at all. I don't lie. I don't cheat. I used to cheat, and I don't got no reason to cheat now because me and God got a real good relationship. But dudes, cause I used to do a lot of stuff in the world. I had women, I had men, I had I had a, I had a house full. Look,
Yeah.
I did a lot. I did a lot, and I wish my mother was here to tell my story. I could have asked my dad to say some stuff about me, but I was so much like him that it didn't make no sense. I was so much like my mother that it didn't make no sense. So I got the best of both of them in me, and I thank God for that because I know where I know my bloodline, and I'm letting my eyebrows go back. You see that? Letting them
Yeah.
eyebrows
All
go
y'all
back.
got them eyebrows. I be want to arch Raekwon eyebrows sometimes.
I'm letting the Harper eyebrows go back for a little bit because I want to shape them up differently. But I ain't finna be running around here looking like no man. Look, Mama Rose said their eyebrows thick.
Yeah, that's where y'all eyebrows came from. Cause Raekwon sure got them eyebrows.
Yeah.
I be like, man, just let me arch them. But they was like, nope, leave his eyebrows alone. Them eyebrows is they signature mark.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
leave the eyebrows alone.
And I've been arching mine for the longest. And I arched Kim eyebrows in the for her service before she passed. When she passed, I arched her eyebrows, and my girlfriend had did her hair. We both went to Peace of Mind, and we had did that because I always arched her eyebrows. So yeah, I hooked them up too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and just like she liked them. Yeah.
She did like her eyebrows arched and things.
A certain way.
It was funny when she first got her nails done. And Kim ain't never really got her nails done, but when she got her nails done, it was so funny because she was like, "What you laughing at?" And I'm like, "It's funny seeing you with nails on because you ain't." And she didn't get them long either. She got them short. She was like, "Shit, I'm ready to take these off because she ain't know how to wear them. She ain't know how to act with them." She was like, "How you do it?"
We natural, and my mother used to wear 14 karat gold nails, and I had ended up with the 14 karat gold nails, but somebody had stole them. However, yeah, me and Kim so much alike. I'm so much like Kim, and that it don't make no sense. Kim was my role model. Kim was the one that took me when I needed to go to Planned Parenthood and get on birth control. Kim was the one that I had to follow behind when she made mistakes. My mother made sure I didn't make the same mistakes. But she used Kim as my protege. Kim was like my mother figure, when my mother got tired and wanted to live her life, So I thank God for my sister. I thank God for my mother. I thank God for my nephew because that was my baby after she got pregnant. Girl, I was so, get over on this side of it so I can get out the picture. Yeah, and it's just a blessing. And I'm not, I just want y'all to know that I'm not bereaving. It is well with my dad's soul, and God saw fit. And when things like that happen in my life, I'm able to accept it. Because I know it ain't the ending. It's the beginning for some. And he just peacefully resting because the spirit go back to the Lord. Soul is ready, is resting, pending for judgment. They're gonna be caught up in the air first, and then hopefully I'm going up. I'm going up, but I don't want to. I think I'm gonna say hopefully I'll still be around to just be caught up in the air where I can continuously win souls for Christ before my departure. Because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going because I'm living the lifestyle. I'm preparing myself to go that way. And so I used to be. I was a Remember You When. I was an ex and a Me Too and some other stuff, But I thank God. What do you see different in me?
Um, I see a different personality.
Mhm.
Um, I see that you're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not how you used. You ain't so quick to, pop off.
Mhm.
You you take stuff in.
Mhm.
You observe it.
Mhm.
You see where it's gonna go,
Mhm.
and then you say whatever it is you're gonna say after you observe it, and all that type of stuff. So
Mhm.
that's a big change. You reach out to anybody. So I can honestly say I like this person who you are compared to back then.
Mhm. You ain't like that person right
I
there.
did because she was funny, but now, like I said, you're more mellow. It's
Mhm.
still fun, like you
I
said
was mellow
earlier.
back then. What did you talk about? I was high as a
You
research
was,
monkey. Girl, I was chilling.
you was.
I was in a straight up chill mode, and that's the reason why. That's another reason why it's important that everybody come forward, because a lot of the stuff that I did, I don't even remember doing, cause I was in a chill mode.
Yeah. You was in chill mode. Yeah.
Yeah, I was for real. I was relaxing everything I was doing. I know when I.
But that's why those
Mhm.
those were. It was funny. It was
Yeah.
never. You know what I'm saying. It was never. It was bad, but it was funny. So you know what I'm saying. You got some people who you can say, "Oh, this person was just so mean, angry," but it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
never like that. It was even when no matter how many times you beat up a person or what you did, it was still funny.
Mm.
I mean, it ain't funny for somebody to get beat up,
I
but
ain't beat him up that
it was
bad.
it was it was just
I
funny.
beat him up with love.
Yeah, it was
It was a
funny.
love beat.
Like it
Look,
was a lot.
little tap. Look, you silly.
It was just funny.
Yeah, and it's funny because some of the stuff I don't even remember
You
doing.
still funny now. It's just a different funny.
Yeah.
It ain't it's not that old funny. Now it's a
Mhm.
different funny.
Yeah.
So now we can sit back and laugh at everything because
Mhm.
it was funny. It was funny then, but it's even funnier now because now it's like okay, we can laugh at it even harder and say okay, yeah, these are the things that we all did back then, or we all seen things back then compared to now. It's different.
But the thing about it that I love the most about it is I put a smile on everybody's face when they see me. Like, look at Duke. What he
Oh,
just
he gave you the biggest hug ever.
they love me. They love me. I mean, I see him, and Dawn just to start cracking up when she see me. I don't even gotta say nothing no more.
Cause
They
everybody waiting to see what
just,
what it is that you gonna say.
yeah, I ain't finna say nothing.
You don't have to say
No,
nothing.
no.
It's just that
Yeah,
expression.
yeah. So I just thank
Well,
God.
that's your personality.
I thank
So
God that I have that to offer people.
I
You
think we
know.
all got to figure out who we are as individuals.
Yeah, I think I know about
Well,
figuring me out.
you figured yourself out, but like me, I'm still figuring out who I am. You know what I'm saying? We all still figuring out who
Well,
we
that's
are
what you got
and
me for,
where
niece.
we
That's what I'm here
where we
for.
fit in the world.
Cause I'm here to help you find your purpose. That's what it is, because we all was put here for a purpose, and that was to serve God and to serve others too, and it because when you love covers a multitude of sin. We living in the days of revelation where we're dealing with the seven churches, and we dealing with a lot of loveless people, people that's lacking, that haven't received love, so they don't know how to give love, don't know how to share love. People that want to compromise, people that's dead. Because if you really ain't got Jesus, you dead man walking. You a dead church. You a lukewarm church. It's them seven churches that the Bible talk about in Revelation. You got to figure out who you is. Because I'm a faithful church. And I
Mhm.
always been a faithful church, and that's something that I'm gonna continuously to be in everything that I do. Even in my mess, I was dedicated to my mess,
Mhm.
And if I wasn't, then I wouldn't even be who I am today. Because see, if I wasn't able to come out of something, if I wasn't able to go through it, I would have never been able to come out of it, because God give His toughest battles to His strongest soldiers, and I'm a firm believer of that. You ain't got to go look it up because it may not be there, but that's how it is. It is what it is. You know what Pastor Ken said? What you say, Cynthia? That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. So, but I just thank God. I thank God for you coming forth. I know Miss Nyla said she want to come, and she's like 80 some years old. She was like, "Child, I just want to tell them." I said, "Oh, Miss Nyla." I said, "Okay, okay." Miss Nyla want to come forth, and then my sister Leslie Hill want to come forth. You know, and I'm going to let everybody come forth as I continuously tell my story. I'm going to go back where I left off at, and I'm going to start showing pictures, because now I want to start talking about my boyfriends. I want to start talking about my boyfriends. I had a boyfriend that said that was more man than any man that I ever had. And he was the youngest one that I had, too. He was going to come forth, but I don't know. He be so busy. I don't know if he gonna come for. I'm gonna show y'all pictures of them too. The abusive ones, the ones that's not no longer here with me. And I had some fine ones too. They cute. I don't remember none of the ugly ones, but I probably was drunk then. But I love you, Mimi.
I love you too.
I love you, and I'm so glad that we are together. You are my niece, you know, and because I got nieces, but when I don't have them, I don't got them. But I thank God for you being that niece that's here with me at this present time, and don't change.
I am who I am.
Don't change on me.
I am who I am.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna have me put you across my knee.
Oh no, I ain't got a whooping in a very long time.
Oh, I still would. Look.
They say you ain't never too old to get a whooping.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, I love you so much, and thank you for sharing with the viewers your 2020, your provision, your vision of your Auntie Sandy. She still look like she got some energy.
It's a lot. It's definitely a lot, and it'll take a good, you know what I'm saying, 4-5 days to dig deep and get, you know what I'm saying. But those are the funniest ones that I remember. You know what I'm saying, that was the funniest ones to me. Like even like I said, for the fruit thing, that to me that was the most funniest thing, because whatever came out and you just said it. So at that time it didn't matter if you made somebody feel some type of way or not. You said it.
Care.
Right, you said it. So
it was what it was then, and it still is today.
It was just real funny.
And that's somebody else who I want. I want Tommy to come forth, because Tommy.
You did not like him like back then. That was one man you just couldn't stand at that time.
I know. He said. I remember you told me you was gonna pay a dope fiend to beat me up. I need him to come forth and talk too.
It's just like whatever you see him, whatever you see him do when it came down to Raekwon, he was like, no, like. I could do it because he my blood, but he ain't your blood. He was like, that's still my. He was like, so? Like, you ain't finna mess up his stomach. Like,
yeah, I said that.
You did.
Lord have mercy.
Over some grapes. Like, you was like, man. Smash with your fingers. You was so heated. Like, I don't know. He was standing in the doorway with Raekwon, and you had pulled up. Was it? And you was in that Jeep, I think. You had the Jeep at the time. And you pulled up and you was so mad. Every time you seen Tommy, you went in. So that's how I knew at that time it was real.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how real it was until that's the most funniest thing that I never forget that. That's the funniest. Me and Romeo and Raekwon, like I said, talked about it last night.
I really forgot it.
About the grapes?
Yeah.
Man.
But I know I did it because I have a girlfriend. She was on here too, Niece, and her kids her daughters used to go sit on her boyfriend's lap, and I had went off, and she was like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, "Yeah, 'cause you was next." You know, don't you never let your baby sit on no nigga's lap. Yeah. And I, excuse me for saying nigga, but I did that. I said it. I ain't take it back. He had no business with that little girl on his lap. It wasn't none of his. And some of you have to even be careful if it was his. You know, because these people doing all kinds of stuff out here. Yeah. But yeah, I just thank God. She was like, "Thank you, oh thank you," you know, because she had heard something later after that, you know. So I was like, God, just thank you for allowing me to say what to say when I need to say what I need to say. Because even back then, I was still going to God, asking God to take the taste from my mouth, take the smell from my nose, take, you know. Yeah. I just was asking him to do stuff. I would read my Bible and everything. But I wasn't reading it, getting high. I was just convicted, you know, and because I knew him, I knew I was getting him high too, you know. I'm like, oh wow, because my body, I came to know that my body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. So I'm just grateful that you came forth today.
Well, thanks for asking me.
Yeah, for real, for real. Because the more, it's just a blessing because you've been there. You've been there to some 20 years and stuff.
Ooh, I think it's over that.
Some 20.
Now you talking about you. I could have went to jail. I could have went to jail for statutory rape.
Oh, okay, well.
I could have, but.
Yeah, I could have too then, but he was raping me. But I was Kim loved me so
much. Yeah. Well, all y'all accepted, you know, our relationship and loved us so much.
Yeah, and that's all that mattered.
Mm-hmm. He was 16 and I was 20, so. Mm-hmm. But even though he was 16, Romeo didn't act like a 16-year-old.
Yeah, because I raised him well.
He had a totally different mindset. So, we haven't always had the best of things, but just even still being with him, you know, now, even though we're married to each other, it's still different. Mm-hmm. Like, I still see something in him that I saw. Like, I never thought that I would feel a certain type of way. Like, when we got together, for some reason, I just knew that he was, like, my soulmate for some reason. Like, I just... Mm-hmm. Despite of all the bad stuff that I did and everything like that, like I didn't want to marry anybody else. I didn't want to be with nobody else. Mm-hmm. And we would always find our way back to each other. So it's like, okay, I knew that we were gonna, you know, be married to each other for some reason. And Kim told me, like, before she died, she was like, before I leave off this earth, I'm gonna make sure that, you know, y'all get married to each other. Yeah. And it did. It came to pass. It came to truth. But he was different. He was different than any other dude that I dated. Mm-hmm. You know, I dated drug dealers and I dated all that. But he was different. Even though he was the youngest, he was different because he carried himself different. He didn't carry himself like a kiddish type of person. Mm-hmm. He was serious about the things that he did. Yeah. So that what made me look at him different. But I never wanted to change him. I didn't change nothing about him. I let him be him. Mm-hmm. So even though he was young when I got pregnant, he stepped up to the plate to be a father. Yeah. He didn't, say, well, I'm not gonna be a dad. I'm gonna leave. No, he put his foot on the ground and he grounded himself to prepare to be a father.
She didn't get pregnant at 16. He was 16 either. And
he had just
graduated.
No, he graduated when I had him. Yeah. So we was together when he was 16.
Okay, this ain't.
I got pregnant at 21.
Okay, now this ain't the Romeo show.
Now. No.
Now, yeah. Okay. now. He was raised by some real women. That's what made him a real man. Yeah. Because we didn't really have no male role models in our so my mother had to wear the pants. Mm-hmm. Even though she was sending us back to St. Louis with our dad and everything, back and forth, and it was it wasn't always good times when we was going to St. Louis. And I'm gonna talk about all of that. You can believe that. I'm gonna talk about all of that. However, Romel had some good teachers. He had some good teachers because when it's just like, say if you lose your eyesight, your hearing gets a little keener. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you have problems with your legs, you find yourself using your arms a lot more. You know, so that's how when there is no man around, you have to woman up. You know, so that you can. Cause I couldn't teach my son how to be a real man, but watching my mother and me learning from my mother, I was able to do whatever I needed to do to make everything be what it needed to be for Romel, for all the men in the family, you know. Cause I was there, every last one of them said they wish I was their mama. Oh yes, y'all did. Oh yes, y'all did. And the the girls too. So I just thank God that even with them, everything that I went through, or because most of the times I didn't let them see me do much of anything, that just because somebody told them something, that was just all it was. Somebody told them something because they never really seen anything, and that was a good thing. I remember somebody said, "That's why your mama smoked dope." I said, that was your mama. I only tooted it. They were like, dang! Did you hear what I said? Yeah. However, ain't no sin greater than the other. And sin is sin. It's the same stuff. It's just the fact when you're honest with yourself, you can be honest with everybody else. And it don't, and like I said, the truth will set you free. The one thing that we may leave out may be the one thing that somebody may need that can help them. That's the reason why I do my best to dot all my I's and cross all my T's, because I want to, the more people come forth, the more they gonna hear. And this ain't for my glory, it's for God's. We laughing about it and we talking about it, but God is getting the glory out of this because I'm no longer that person. I'm a new creature in Christ. And people got to understand that, and that old things have passed away. Behold, all things have come new. So don't be expecting. Sometimes even I get tried a lot. But I'm a doer. I'm a doer. You can try me, but I'm going to do you. Because I'm going to take that trial away from you. And you're going to feel a great tribulation messing with me. Because I don't play no games. Still to this day, if I was doing it in the world, I'm doing it even bigger right now for the Lord. I was bold in the world. I'm even bolder right now in Christ. I will not, cannot stop, and I ain't going to stop. And I'm not going to bow down to nobody. I never did, and I never will. The only person that I'm going to bow down to is to the Lord. And he going to tell me who he want me to bow down to. Because he say his sheep know his voice. And he that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit say to the church. So if he ain't telling me to bow down to you, don't expect it. Because everybody on their knees ain't praying. You feel me? So y'all better get it together, girl. Get it together.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
That's why you sit like this?
Yeah, I'm always. But I ain't going to complain because somebody is worse off than I am. And not only that, who going to listen to me?
I don't know. This was fun, though.
And this, I used to be on television. I used to be on Spectrum, AT&T, U-verse, Warner Cable. Yeah, I was on all of them networks. And now I just do the YouTube, which was another door that God had opened up for me. Jesus had opened up YouTube when the television station had did some stuff with the funds and we came off the air. But YouTube is still open. I have, I think, close to 600 subscribers, whether they all watch it or not. As long as one soul gets something out of this. Yeah, as long as one soul gets something out of this, I am grateful. So I love you all. And I want to tell you thank you again, me.
Thank you. We gotta do it again.
We'll do it again. Or she gonna think about some of that other stuff, some real good juicy stuff. I think she went a little light on me today. But I thank God for it, and don't change. Don't change. Remain the same. Because only what we do for Christ, as you see, is gonna last. Because if I didn't have God in me, we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
No, we wouldn't have.
No,
I don't even know where we'll be,
but we love you and thank you for watching the Chosen Vessels Ministry. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. God bless you.